Welcome to Google Basics, a overview today of why you need a Google Plus business page and some other items there that may be hopefully of interest to you. So let's get started. To introduce you just a few little bits and pieces, some global statistics on Google. Did you know that there are 400 million Google users in the world? And out of those, 100 million are active users every month. And of course, by the time that you're looking at this, that's already well and truly redundant, because there are 625,000 new accounts added every day. That sounds certainly like an awful lot of people to me. But even taking it now a little bit closer to home, and in my case Australia, but I'm sure wherever you are, the statistics wouldn't be all that much different. 65% of Australia's population uses social media networks, and of those, 85% will recommend brands to their friends, and this is a really important one to keep in mind. Also, most Google Plus users are mobile and not desktop users. Not all that surprising, I suppose. Let's face it now, smartphones, tablets, laptops, you name it, they're well and truly starting to become far more popular than, your fixed place desktop. Okay, based on this then, some business research on mobile device in actual fact showed that 65% of users do in actual fact connect with the business, and of those, 48% called the business, and 45% in actual fact looked the business up on the map, got directions to really find out exactly who was what. So let's take it from there then and look at a bit more detail of why you need a Google Plus page. Well, according to Google, 97% of consumers search for local businesses online. And of course, local Google Plus pages connect you with your customers on search, maps, and Google Plus, regardless of what device they are using, as if no one fits all types of a situation. So we do know, of course, that many people do use Google Plus for their business in the hope of increasing their page ranking. Well, why then is it that so many do fail, or at least believe they fail? Well, the answer really is very simple. They are not using the full potential of Google Plus social networking functionality. So let's really have a look then what that functionality is and what you should be doing. Well, to start off, here is a really, like a bad example. What I looked up there was I looked at some Google coffee shops, and look at this here. Yes, there is a listing, and you can scroll down, but there's nothing here to indicate who's what, where. Pretty well dull and uninteresting. As opposed to this one here, which is also a coffee shop in a slightly different location. Here we are, we have our paid ads, of course, but on the other side there, most importantly, who's where and in my close vicinity. Okay, that's all very well, but it's not only just simply getting up on Google page. You really also need to look at your Google strategy to figure out how your business can use Google Plus best. And of course, you really would for any type of marketing, but Google Plus marketing can really help you to improve your search results in Google. It can also bring, of course, your social connections into your YouTube videos. Really important to realize that you can add really good customer relationship management experience into it because of your linking with Gmail and Google Calendar. And this one is really, something you've got to try out. Google Hangouts is fantastic for building really good connections. So what do you need to do to increase your Google search ranking? Well, the first one, obviously, is if you haven't got one, go and open a Google Plus account. Once you have that, make sure you start building your relationships there. And very important, get endorsements, that your plus ones, your comments, your shares on the actual content that you share through your Google Plus. So then I'm being asked, obviously, is now, well, why is Google Plus so different from other channels? Okay, here are a few important points to note. First of all, Google Plus pages and posts will help you reach an audience well beyond the established social networks such as Facebook, because places such as Facebook, they are basically single entities. Facebook, there's lots of stuff there, but it's within Facebook itself, where Google Plus really, because of its integration with Google products such as YouTube, Google Search, etc., that in actual fact makes it a much, much more useful business tool. And also, of course, Google Plus does have a very strong integration into Google Apps, and that, as I said a moment ago, of course, is worthwhile thinking about, because most Google Plus users are mobile, not desktop users. And also, you can restrict your conversations from sharing. That gives Google Plus much more privacy, and it does in actual fact make it much more friendly for business use. And then there's trending. It's something you obviously need to follow what's going on. Of course, Twitter has been well and truly known for quite some time now, being very good for that. But what I find is that most people who are Google Plus users do find trending easy to find on Google Plus. And of course, Google is also continuing adding more features. There's mergers, there's new apps, there's now you name it. So well and truly a force to be reckoned with, and what does indeed make it different. Okay, well, if you have a Google Plus page, why then, well, people ask me, why do I also need a local Google Plus page? Well, if you're a local business, you need to remember that people looking for a local business prefer to look up a business listing that has clear contact details and a map showing their location. So, number one, Google Plus local pages allows your customers to easily connect with a business's physical location. And that's because it includes a map of the business location, which of course you get when you set up your page. But more importantly, if you set up your profile properly, you can leave clear details of your address, your phone number, your hours of operation, any of these type of things that your basically visitors are looking for and hope to find in one easy click. Also, Google reviews, they're very highly rated in the purchase decision process by your potential customers. So yes, if you own a local business, what I've just mentioned here, it should really make it clear how absolutely crucial it is to have an easily found online presence. Here are a couple of examples. Say I looked at bookkeeping services, a fairly common business type of service just about everywhere you go. It really goes to prove it isn't just like your coffee shop and local businesses like that, but services too. In this particular case here, like bookkeeping services, yes, there's all of them there, and there are some local ones here. Now, of course, we could, in this case, follow basically by scrolling down the lines and down the page the old-fashioned way. And if I do that, of course, I will come down to all these ones, the local ones that were listed on the little map. It's not something that I'm very likely to do, is it? In this example here, I'm looking at kitchen splashbacks. Yes, there are all your ads there, and I could scroll down to find all of these ones here. But what I'm more likely to do as the user is I will click on one of these and say if I click on the E there, what I'm going to find. Yes, here, some local paid ads, the list of those ones there, but the one that I've clicked on is clearly visible there. There's your E there, the address, the phone number, the website. They've got a couple of reviews. I can get directions. Very importantly to remember here is that the lady who owns this business has done the right thing. She's put her own picture there. If you have a team of people, put your team up there, because people do business with people, not with the business. And also interesting to note here, I think I've clicked on the E. Here I'm still listings in alphabetical order A, B, C, D, but because I've clicked the E, your E is in effect pulled up first. Okay, so a really good example of why it is important to be there. Someone did ask me then, okay, that's all well and good, but what about my paid ads? Where do those come into the picture? Well, that really depends on what is going on around you. and you really, I think, need to test both paid and your unpaid ads. In this particular case, I looked at tax accountants in my region, and what do I see here? Okay, here are the paid ads at the top there, and there are local ones here in the map as well. So what are people more likely to do? So the testing comes in. Will they click your paid ad here, or are they more likely to in actual fact, well, that's close to me, so I might have a look at that one first. If I do that, what's going to happen here? Well, your paid ad is still at the top. That's pretty much sticky up there. But I've got all my local ones immediately listed here now. I have the immediate details, full details of exactly the one that I was looking at. So that's all the information there. Now, let's assume for a moment that, so, well, this one isn't really exactly what I'm looking at. What is that user going to be doing? Are they going to go back and look at the paid accounts, or are they simply going to click this off and see what else is there? I would suspect that it's highly likely that they will in actual fact go in and click over here and see what's behind it. And what happens if they do that? Well, yes, your paid ad is still there, well and truly sticky up there. You still have your ABC there, but look at what happened. There now is a much larger map because we're looking locally. There are more details here of who's where. Yes, your paid ads are here. Look, nice blue one corresponding with your blue ones over there. But people immediately get a lot more choice. So depending on where they live, if they live in your local area here, yes, then they could well and truly go to your local paid ad. But if they're a little bit further up that way or further that way. So as I said, do test to see which one pays for you, your paid one or your local one, and you need to try both to check and see where you go. Okay, having said all of that, I've also mentioned Google reviews. Well, why do they matter? Let's have a quick look at that. Well, customer reviews are really crucial to your local ranking and your overall success in Google+. And that is because Google reviews, from a Google point of view and their algorithms, they really carry some very, very heavy weight. And that's because a user has to be logged in to their Google account to post a review for your business. And this, it really increases the chance of getting high quality reviews, and where Google once upon a time was just keywords, the actual content and the value of that content really is now also very, very, very important. And I think this is what you need to keep in mind here, is that if someone is angry and wants to leave a quick, nasty review, they want to do it right then and there. Taking the time to go into their Google account, by the time to do all of that, they've probably forgotten what it was all about. So that's why, as I said, it's really, you get a good chance of getting good reviews if you can ask your customers to, in effect, do a Google review for you. And most, if they're happy, will well and truly do that. So looking at the overall thing as far as reviews is concerned, a survey by Dimensional Research, who were looking at all respondents in that survey who in actual fact said, yes, we do read online reviews. Well, what were their responses? Well, 90% of them claimed that positive online reviews influence their buying decisions. But more importantly, really in all of this, was that 86% said that their buying decisions were influenced by negative online reviews. So what does that say? Yes, a lot of people read online reviews, and of those who read online reviews, that review does influence their decision equally. So good reviews are really, really, really important. And let's have a quick look then at what we see here. Well, okay, going back to the old coffee shops in this place here we looked at before, look right at the top, 30 reviews there, and now a really 4.5 star rating. Well, that certainly is something that people would look at very, very carefully. But looking at the local ones there, then again your A, B, C, D, look at what we have here. We have a 4.8 rating, it was 9 reviews, a 4 reviews, a 2 reviews, a 2 reviews. Absolutely, people will look those up. If you are listed here, you have some good reviews over there, that is really half the battle won, and even not more than half in matter of fact. Okay, so how then does those reviews and content work together? Well, content really is still king, as the old saying goes. But from a content point of view, the likelihood of your target audience finding you increases if you publish unique, legible, keyword-rich content, because it is important for Google. And keep in mind, when you do put your content together, that the highest percentage of Google Plus users is in the 25 to 40 age group. So compile the bulk of your content to target that group, unless, of course, your product or service is very specific to a different demographic. But having said that, be careful though, because say if your product or service is in actual fact, say, for young kids, then sure, the visuals need to be for the young kids so they see it, but the content, guess who reads it? The kids talk about it, mom and dad go and look it up, and mom and dad or the nanny is the one who needs to read the content. So even if your product is outside that demographic of 25 to 44, you may still need to, in actual fact, target the content that, okay, obviously if you're looking at a product or what have you as for really, really senior people, then you would need to obviously totally change your content altogether. It goes without saying. Okay, so with the content, with your reviews, how then do you get into the top 7? Well, in addition to publishing good content, you need to try to get at least 5 customer reviews on at least one third-party site. So yes, Google Plus reviews, but look for a True Local, a TripAdvisor, any one of those other ones, and you need to have at least one site like that your reviews in. If you want to get any further than within the top 7, keep in mind there's a correspondence between your ranking and how many total third-party reviews you have. To rank in the top 2, you'll probably require that you get 30 to 100% more customer reviews than your page 1 local competitors. So again, research, test, and really reviews, good reviews all over the place. That is what Google is looking for, because Google really wants to know what are people saying about you, and it's all being checked these days. Looking at, say, for instance, this one over here, in this case, coffee shops in a different location. What am I seeing here? In all of these here, as soon as I Googled these coffee shops in this location, I saw this, and look at this over here. What have I got? I have a 4.3 out of 5 is 21 Google reviews and Google Plus page. Then I get a 4.3 with 10 Google reviews, a 4 Google reviews, and look at it. That 4 Google reviews is ahead of the 12, which is 12 is 4. But now what's the difference here? That one's got a Google Plus page with it. Okay, so all of these type of things, but again, the whole thing goes to prove reviews spread over more than one basically review site, and Google Plus pages can make all the differences to where you actually physically rank. Okay, all the ranking is important, but of course you also need to track your performance, because without that you could be all over the place and not know it. So a quick review here of the tools available for tracking your Google Plus performance, and they are Local Insights for Google Plus, you have your Webmaster Tools, and then there is Google Analytics. Your Local Insights, that comes with your Google Plus dashboard, and it's available only for verified local pages. So keep that in mind, and that it provides you with information how often your business showed up on Google Search and Google Maps. It also tells you how many views your plus ones and comments your post received on Google Plus. Your next one, your Webmaster Tools, that you use to check on content ranking and how your plus ones affect your Google, your total Google ranking. And then last but not least, you have your Google Analytics, and you check that user to who people are talking about your website on Google, what keywords did they use, where did they come from, and also demographics that relate to you and your website. So lots of things that you can follow up once you're using your Google Plus properly. Make sure you track it to make sure that you keep on doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, and that's it for today. If you need any help with creating Google Plus presence or getting a review of your current setup, what I suggest you do is you go to my website and book an obligation-free consultation call. So connect with me. There we go. IncomeTreeConsulting.com. You'll find me there. As I said, it's an obligation-free call to start off with, regardless of, you may just simply some setup questions or whatever the case is. Please feel free, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you. As I said, www.IncomeTreeConsulting.com. Look me up, and hopefully we'll chat again soon. Bye for now.